limitation. How much is too much?
Yeah, I mean, is vegetation a limitation or is it a concern?
It's both. It is definitely a limitation because when you look at the outside of this house, we can hear a condenser running over there. It's way back behind these bushes somewhere. Now, I think there is a little path by the windows to get through, but if there wasn't, we can't get to that condenser to look at it. So definitely a limitation on this house. I think Trey said he's never seen so much vegetation around a house before, which is common in lakefront properties to have this much stuff growing. People want that kind of natural look. So it is definitely a limitation. And when it grows too close to the house, it can absolutely be detrimental to the house. Bushes, trees, all that stuff can hold moisture next to the house, rot wood trim, deteriorate brick. It'll even eventually deteriorate the fiber cement siding on this house. But the big one to me, I want to say this is Pachysandra, but I think I'm probably wrong, is whatever ivy or vines these are that they have growing in here are climbing up the side of the house. And people don't realize it, but those little suckers or shoots that ivy puts off gets in under your siding. It can actually deteriorate the mortar joints in the brick and get into the mortar joints and into the brick itself if it's a rough brick like this is. It'll conduct moisture into those areas, and it will both physically damage and cause rot problems. So too much vegetation absolutely can be a problem for a house. And I'm going to say, honestly, this one's got too much vegetation around it. Surprise question.
This is a surprise question. Sometimes there's inspectors that will call out trees as part of a home inspection report. When should a tree be included in a home inspection report and when should it be excluded?
So we will typically include a tree in an inspection report where if it falls or branches fall, it endangers the house. So I'm assuming you're looking at this pine tree here, whatever kind it is, that is still alive but looks like it's slowly dying. So if this were in a little bit worse shape and it was leaning, actually if it were in a little bit worse shape, I would be
It's already leaning.
Yeah, I would be very tempted to call it out as a hazard to the house, probably honestly as a minor and not as a major because it's a very theoretical hazard. But you don't want a windstorm to come along and have it fall over on top of the house. If it were closer, if it were really overhanging the house, I would probably make it more of a major item. The other time you'll see trees included are like this one and this one, where we've got branches overhanging the roof, especially if they're brushing on the shingles, to trim those back up and away from the house so that they're not holding moisture and that action of the branches waving back and forth is not actually wearing on the shingle. These aren't too bad. So again, minor maintenance and landscaping comments, but stuff that you will see in an inspection report from time to time.